Yeah, welcome back home, everybody, for hour two of what is turning out to be a Brunch Fest extravaganza in the celebration of Lady Anna Nadzion's release of her new EP, Knock Knock, which actually just premiered and launched yesterday. And let me tell you what, I was at Marula Cafe and it was off the chain. Now, when I arrived, because you know New Yorkers don't do lines, children, it was already getting packed. There was a line out the door, strapping around the side. I was just so proud of my girl. In fact, she's going to be joining us in just a little bit. She's actually sitting right next to me, hidden, and nobody knows. But welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad to have everybody back. Gather around, children. We got to talk. We got to talk for another hour of our brunch-filled love hour here at the Club with Lucas. I'm so happy to have you on this extravaganza. How is everyone doing today? It's a beautiful day as we roll towards this lunch hour here in the lovely city of Barcelona. Now, the Club with Lucas in English Radio BCN is here on R to the C to the E 106.9. And like I said, I'm going to be joined at the Spotlight feature with Lady Anna Nadzion today and her release of Knock Knock. Remember, follow her as well. And we're going to be giving you all of that good stuff as well on YouTube. You can follow her, Anna Nadzion, on YouTube. You can, as well as Instagram. And there's another one I'm missing. Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you can get music now because it's streaming as of yesterday. Also, follow our asses here at the Club with Lucas on IG and TwitX at the Club W Lucas. You can also find us here as we keep growing our independent alternative radio network here on YouTube. Follow us at RCE 106.9 FM, and we're going to be serving you all that good stuff. Let it pitter patter, let's get at her. Feels like summer outside. It's coming. It's coming. Not really, but it's coming. Today, we're only featuring music by beautiful people here in Barcelona, and we've got the rest of the hour in just a bit with Anna Nadzion. Right now, there's a little on the sofa music with a gentleman named Rai Vieira, and this gentleman actually was he hails from the UK, but he was actually one of the headliners that was doing a lot of the music for a fashion charity festival that went on a couple of weeks ago here at Palau Dalmases, and this is one of his singles of his new EP called Who Are You? We'll be right back with a little bit of news for you kids. Yeah, folks, and that's what we do here at the Club with Lucas here on 106.9 FM. Welcome, everyone. In just a minute, Anna Nadzion is going to be joining us. And I got a little bit of headline news for everybody. You're not going to like this one, though. But apparently, things have turned a little bit towards the south here in our country as well. And we're going to say it's turned toward the south, but it's staying in the center. As the last time we were here in our cast class, there was a little bit of drama with a case called Coldo that involved people from both parties, but specifically the socialists, who had embroiled themselves years and years ago with some mask drama when the pandemic broke out. Well, well, well. Now the chickens have come home to roost here in Spain, and apparently the president of Madrid, excuse me, Isabel Ayuso, her brother was also involved in this 4 years ago, about 3.5 years ago. Everything was covered up, and apparently he had taken much more than 24,000 euros. It was into the hundreds of thousands of euros. And now he's being investigated as well. So it has really come into a matter of there's corruption on all sides. Like we didn't know that. I guess we can talk about that, and certainly later on in the hour. And we're going to get a little bit socio-political with Queen Anna, because I think there's some interesting thing that needs to be talked about. Now, when you look at the headlines over here, I will make a quick mention that there are certain elections going on around the world, and there's not much festivities or aplomb about those. However, there's also a little bit of drama going on here in Catalonia. And I think that while there's been a process and everything was already, put together for us to have amnesty and move on and move forward, there's obviously some tribunal drama that's going to be hitting Carles Puigdemont as well. So it seems that the powers that be don't want that to not go away, and it's not going to. And I think when you look at the fact that we have a constitutional government, there's representative reasons for that. Another thing that just came up on the Al Gore's interwebs this morning, and I got to let you know that this happens a lot more in our city than they tell us. But Amoso has found, after over a month missing, a body that had been disappeared in Badalona last month has just been found yesterday in Gracia. Okay. Off a side street, main thoroughfare. I won't say where. But this stuff happens more often than we know. And by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there as a conspiracy theory so I can anger everybody. But whenever there's a massive delay or alturada, as they say, or whatnot in the metro, it is very likely that someone has, you already know. So yesterday, something else happened. It had been decided that the ex-president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, was actually trying to get a case thrown out in Georgia where he was being held liable for what he had done when he tried to start the Capitolio and stop the elections of President Yayo over there. Well, if anybody remembers this time, and I'm sure you do, but if anybody remembers, he also at the same time was calling for the hanging, not really hanging, but he was letting people call for the hanging of his vice president, Mike Pence. So yesterday, Mike Pence came out and said he will not be endorsing Donald Trump because he cannot do this in good conscience. This comes after the day where a whole bunch of drama also happened in the United States Congress because they have voted to ban TikTok in the United States of America. Now, Anna, can I bring you in, please?
Yes, sure.
Yay! Everybody give it out to Lady Anna Nadzion, who's actually just coming up right now from a massive show that she did, and she's actually looking amazing because I don't think she slept last night. But Anna, thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to throw you in because I had to ask you something.
Sure, go.
Are you on TikTok by chance?
I am, since actually our last chat, as you remember, I said that I'd like to try because I need to promote my music and stuff. And so many people told me you have to do the TikTok thingy, and I started. But apparently, I started not in a very good time on TikTok because now, TikTokers, the bloggers on TikTok, they are saying that it's a hard time because, like, even if you're posted every day, even if you have thousands of followers, now you have less views for some reason. And I was posting I tried different formats, and I don't have the success. I don't have the success, and it's, I don't know. It stops. Like, for example, I have 300 views and it stops. I have 500 views and it stops. Maybe I'm not interesting, but on
Oh,
Instagram,
hell no, that's not
the
true.
same reels on Instagram are more successful. So it's like
Exactly.
I have 3,000 views, 4,000 views, and here, like, so it's something is happening there. But I'm chill about that. I'm like, well, maybe it's not for me because I was denying this for a long time. I was like, I don't want
I
to do
have for
that. I
three
don't want to
years
do
as
that.
well.
Yeah,
Why? Why were we doing that?
I don't know because I
Is it
think
left wing media?
I think maybe because there's so much trash in that. So the moment you stop scrolling, your head is like, I don't know. Like when I see people, my friends, when they're just scrolling TikTok, it's like do-do-do, ba-do-do, la-la-la, do-do-do, da-da. It's like so many different sounds,
Sorry.
and it's like trash, right? And for me, it's hard.
And there's always going to be
But
trash content,
yes,
but
but there are a lot of TikTokers who give us a very creative, wonderful content. I should agree. I must agree. A lot of musicians as well. A lot of, but it's just, I don't know. It's just for some reason it's becoming fast food. For example, if I'm gonna do this every day, like a fast food thingy, it's hard for me. I don't know. Right? I think you think the same,
fast
no?
food thing. I totally do agree with that. I also think that it's very representative in the way that our culture, especially the younger such classes. I'm I won't invoke you in that because you are part of that younger class.
Yeah.
But you did not grow up with the screen in front of your face when you were 1, 2, 3 years old.
Yeah.
And certain students, let's say those who are under 18, 16, they did.
Yeah.
Not forever, but by the time they were 4, 5, 6, and formative years where you can read, it was a screen.
Yeah.
And now they can't
Already.
even spell properly. So that was one issue that the Congress of the U.S. brought up. But the main issue is what I didn't realize was the owner of TikTok. And even I believe in Ukraine as well, in most Western governments, if you are a member of Parliament or the Congress, you cannot have TikTok on your government phone. It's not allowed in the European
I don't
Union,
know.
the UK, the US. They don't allow you to have it. You can have it on another phone, an external, but the one you use with government cannot have TikTok in
How?
most Western governments. Why? Because it's heralded by a company called ByteDance out of China.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, the main stock owner in ByteDance, or the president of it, is the vice president of the Chinese Communist Party. So it would be like
Yeah.
Yolanda Diaz owning TikTok or Snapchat, and they can pilfer, and they will be the ones that generate what you're going to be getting. And now in the United States, with 170 million plus users, it has become a main source of news, and they control what news you're getting.
Yeah, of course.
So then you get inflections, in your scrolls, and then you'll get something like, God, guys are really getting it part. We got to be nicer to our men. Things like that. They're just little things that don't sound
Of
bad,
course,
but
it
it's part of a
influences.
right-wing influence algorithm that comes in. And this is why. The Congress voted overwhelmingly, literally about 80%, 75%, to kick it out. It now goes up to the top chamber in the Senate, which is is controlled by the center left and Joe Biden's political party. So we'll see what they vote on that. All I'm going to say is that about 100 million of those 170 million users are young voters. And if Grandpa Joe votes it down and signs it, there's going to be a lot of people that don't vote for him. And that gives credence to another person to possibly win. And that scares me. Let's talk about music, babe, because I want to just give it up to you. Brought the house down. Now, here's the thing. I want to, Marula is a beautiful spot. I love the entrance of it. Feels like you're going down the gangplank. It's a beautiful spot. When you go in, there's a lovely bar, very New York style bar, actually. And for me, it's like a perfect dance space. It really was. And a very raised stage. And in the darkness there, and the very mood lights, kind of like white and red mood light was what was on there, but still dark. Were you quiet and in center pose and looking forward, and then sometimes you would look to the side or look around, but it was complete quiet and just the music playing, people mingling, some looking and thinking, is that her? Is that the artist?
Yeah.
Is that her? Why did you want to start that way?
It was such an experiment for me. I usually, I'm looking for some instruments to how to, like, to play with people's emotions. So, for example, when I write a song, I need some dynamic. I need some unexpected moment when people are like, oh my God, what happened right now, right? So during the concert, I was thinking, how should I start? How should we start so people come and they see that something is happening here? Then I had this wonderful idea because on my artwork for my album, as you saw, I'm wearing this mask and with a big eyes. And I decided, what if I sit on the stage when they are coming in, and I'm wearing that mask? It's gonna be a little bit scary, no? So yeah, but the tricky part was I had to sit for 30 minutes straight. I had to sit, not moving, not anything, because I've never done that. I didn't have the rehearsal. I didn't know how is that to sit on the taburet? No, how to sit like to the like chair, but without the back. So I had to sit like this for 30 minutes.
Back.
No back, right? So, and it was such an interesting experience. It was like a meditation for me because I was already in the mood for the concert. I was hearing the people coming. I was trying to count them, like how many? 20? No, maybe 30. That people are talking about me. Oh, those people are saying, hi Anna, we love you. You hear us. Blah, blah.
And you would not respond, obviously.
No,
Okay.
it was a part of this experiment because I wanted people to feel, even though you have this like nice music, active music, like, okay, we're dancing, it's a club, but there is something, and that's weird, right? I want people to feel that something is happening, even though we are talking to each other, but she's there. She's like watching us,
It's like
or
collecting energy, collective energy.
something like that. Yes, and I loved it because I've never
Performance art too. I'm going to say it is.
Thank you. I've never seen that before. I like to invent things. I like to try new things. Like, yeah, well, that's
Well,
it.
another thing that you tried that I absolutely loved
Okay.
was going into the center of town on in the famous Ramblas of Barcelona and letting people listen to the new album. Streaming on all major music platforms right now, and it is thebomb.com. And I'm going to tell you why. Each individual song runs the gamut of a different genre. It includes some genre because there's a beautiful line of ethereal industrial alternative music that runs through there, which is my jam since I was about 9, 10. Thank you, Bubba, for my brother Roddy, who got me into it. But every song, then there's elements of jazz that come in. There's elements of R&B, and there's elements of hip hop, and then there's elements of folk, and then there's elements of everything. And you just played all of that and played much more than just the EP yesterday. So when you went live, actually, what the hell? We're live now. When you went live, there was a moment where the energy was like a collective gasp because you just got up suddenly and it just started. Now, when you did that, what were you feeling? Besides nervousness, maybe.
You mean yesterday?
Yeah,
because we
last
were talking
night.
about Rambla and
Oh, what the hell? Sorry.
No.
I'm still on last night.
It's okay.
You see that?
I'm just say about the live show yesterday. How I felt about. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing from the second one. It was like, especially when I saw so many people, because I didn't expect that. I was thinking maybe 50 people, maybe 60, okay, maybe 70, but 100, I didn't expect that. Of course, I didn't count, but I saw that it's a lot, and it was a very first experience of mine.
And it's not the biggest space, so it started to get cramped.
Yes, and I
actually moved somebody. Like,
Oh.
he got in my way. I'm like, excuse me.
Oh my God.
I gayed out and made them move. And he did.
Well, yes, it was such a beautiful moment for me to understand that, okay, I have some people who came here listening to me, and I was playing with your feelings, guys, because that's what I do. Because I think, I don't know, it's just from my experience, when you were listening to the song, it's a beautiful song, but it doesn't have something like catchy, like what happened. Maybe then that song doesn't touch your soul in the way it could, you know? So for me, it's very important to put some hooks into the songs, not like hook the chorus, no, like some weird sound. So it turns you on. Like you've been listening for my song, for example, for 1 minute, and then something happens and you're like, okay, yes, I'm here. What's happening?
It's attention to, well, that's very smart on your part, if
Thank
I may.
you.
Intelligently, because the average attention span of a young listener is 7 to 8 seconds now. And so injecting a different inflection of something, raising your voice, doing like sometimes you scream. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm with your permission. Later on in the show, I really need to play your version of the Ukrainian song "Verbovaya Doshchechka."
Yes. What you?
Because you sang a part of it live 3 or 4 months ago when we first met. I cannot get over the single version of it and I ripped it off. And I know you said let's just play a couple from the. I took this one. I want to put it later on because I freaking love this song.
Thank you very much.
And we need to talk about what it means as well. And Lucas brain farted because I'm still on last night and neither of us have slept. But back to what you did earlier in the week when you were on the Ramblas with people, because the people's reactions were, it was the lick. I loved it.
It was so cute.
Oh my God.
I didn't expect
the
that.
idea was so damn good.
Thank
too.
you. So I decided, okay, I'm an independent artist. I need to promote my music, and I was thinking, okay, what else I can do? Okay, I'm gonna put posters all around the city. What else? I was thinking, what if I'm gonna just go straight to you and ask, do you want to listen to my music? But I don't want to push. I don't want to disturb people. So maybe I can do the poster, like be the first listener, and then if you want, you come and listen to. I was thinking that no one will come to be honest, because I mean, like it's a very busy city, right? People are going somewhere, but from the first second of that experiment, I had already some people who are like, yes, go ahead, show me what you have here. It was so nice, and their reactions were so sincere. Exactly. They were listening to this, they were like vibing, even though some people were like, well, I listen to metal. I was like, okay, it's not maybe my genre, but they enjoyed, especially Baba, the song Baba, they enjoyed it. They were like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, even though it's not something that I'm listening to in my real life, but now you caught me. It's a nice thing to listen to. Thank you very much. They were so grateful. They took my cards. They were like, I was promoting the concert and everything. And to be honest, from like first moment when I raised the poster, we actually filmed it. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so introvert. I need to say, I'm an introvert. It's very hard for me. I love being on stage. I love to perform. I love sharing this, but I'm an introvert. And for me to do the first
major therapy, then.
Yes.
Scheiße.
So it's
you would not know that from her performance, Children on Live.
Well, I feel safe on stage. Feel safe on stage. So it's not like I'm scared of, because I've been on stage since my childhood. Yeah. But when, for example, I need to come to someone and say, hi, it's like I need to count to 3, like 1, 2, 3, hello. And then it's okay. But I'm such an introvert, so it was very hard for me.
Have you done any acting before?
Yeah, well, when I was 3 and 5 and something like that. I was actually thinking about this career when I was 11. I think when
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was 11, yes, I was thinking, should I be or singer or an actress? But then I realized that music has more power in me. I think I am more powerful with music than with acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the fact that you can utilize that with some of the acting skills within, like when you do videos. And in the song snippet, that we're playing a little bit. There are a few things that I'm curious to ask you about when we're not with the red light on, because there are 2 songs specifically that I think need to be singles. But we'll talk about that in another time.
Okay.
Between you and I. Now, getting to a little bit of the nitty gritty here. I do want to play. We've got permission to play 2 of the tracks. Now, one of them was definitely one of the bangers from last night. Okay, it was already getting closer to midnight. Things were getting ripped. As I was. They gave me a bottle of wine. I asked for a glass of wine. They gave me a bottle.
That's what they do in Marula. Yes, I don't know why.
I love it. Because they have African people that know what the hell is going on. Yeah. And I asked, and they give you a small little bottle of red. So Lucas sat in his corner like, and jammed like crazy. And everybody went ape shit when you started playing BCN.
Yes.
Okay. People were singing. People were dancing. You had, 100 of us. Well, there's also some interesting puns and plays with words that you do in that. Okay. Can we please talk about that before we play it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So 2 months ago, actually, it was maybe 3. Like, okay, the end of December, I was on the bus. I was going to some place to some meeting, and I was looking through the window to this beautiful city, beautiful people who are going somewhere, like big dreamers and stuff. And I started singing in my head, se lo na se lo, and I decided, okay, I need to make this like a song. I need to do something else with this. It can be chorus. And after that, I was, what can I say before? Like, so Barcelona, it's the answer. And I was like, can I ask something? And then I realized that I want to play with words, because you guys here, actually not only here, but You're when you are fighting or something, when you have some stressful moment, you're saying joder. But for people who don't know Spanish, they try to think what it does it mean. And I was thinking, what does it mean? How would I think? What does it mean? How dare? Like when you, how dare you screaming at me? So that's why I was thinking I can use this word in that way. Like you can scream, how dare, or run. Because that's what you do in Barcelona. If you're fighting with someone, run or scream, joder, what are you doing? So, and I loved it. I loved it because it's not explicit lyrics. It's not, I don't use any bad...
You say, how dare.
How dare. But for Spanish people, like, they understand, okay, that's the thing.
By the way, it means it's the F word in Spanish here, in Spain. Okay, in Spain, it's the F word. But when we're playing with that, it's just a clever way because you do speak so many different languages as well. Yeah. And so when you have the ability to do that, that actually says a lot about how intelligent, again, that you are. I keep serving it to you, man. But yes, we're going to play this right now. And again, this is one of the two that I think has to be a video single. It's being happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The power of Christ compels. Folks, remember, you can get all of Anna Nadzion's music right now where all good music is streamed specifically. And follow her as well on YouTube and Instagram and all those good places. Now, this is BCN off of her new track, Knock Knock, off her new EP, Knock Knock, and we'll be right back.
Charming one, a little drunk. She's the dream, she is the mark. Better keep your pockets closed while she's gifting you her rose. She'll make you fall to your knees, eyes are full of agony. She will steal your heart and soul. You can scream, how dare, or run. 'Cause it's Barcelona, 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 darker lays in witchy heights. Don't go there until the rise. Tell me what you have to lose. Anything that she can use. Smells like freedom from the screen. One more time, you're 17. She will steal your heart and soul. You can scream, how dare, or run. 'Cause it's Barcelona, 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 Barcelona,
Where are we? Barcelona, Children of the Core. Now, you can also catch we've been sharing the gift of gab over here because you know how your boy rolls. But there's so many different inspirations that come to you, and you do these different things. Like you included people in the music snippet, the video that you have of Barcelona, with people wearing the glasses and whatnot. Why do you do that? Some of it, honestly, I mentioned performance art earlier. It reminds me a lot of Marina Abramovic sometimes. Some of the stuff, and so it brings that element, but then you've got this.
No, I like the sound.
And I dig that. It's almost as if Bjork had made a special baby with somebody. That's what that's the sound that it gives me. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some of those inspirations. Going back to those questions, it's like, what are some of the inspirations of stuff that
I was
deal
actually
with?
working so hard to find the answer to that question, but I think I don't have the answer. It's not like I'm looking for the inspiration. It's not like I'm watching some movie or I'm listening to some music and I'm like, "Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do this." It's more what is happening in my head when I'm listening to the song. For example, first of all, I have some melody. Like
Okay.
for Barcelona, yes, Barcelona. I immediately had the Barcelona thing, but usually I have the melody of the song. Then I write lyrics. Then I produce the song. Then I like prepare the whole thingy. While I'm doing that, I'm developing the genre. I don't know the genre before. I don't know. That's why I have different genres because I don't know. Genre comes to me when I have the lyrics, when I have the melody. So many people are saying you have to be in one genre, you have to do or alternative or indie or folk because it's super hard. For example, festivals. As I know, they ask you to be something one, like so they understand, okay, you're rock, you are pop, and you are, I don't know, electro something. But I have so many different, as you said, vibes. I have one folk song, I have one more alternative song, something more bluesy. And that's why it's, I think it will be a little tricky for me to find my festivals to perform. But I'm on my way because I know that we have trends. I know, but someone created them. Yes, why don't we create trends? Why don't I create my genre, Anna Nadzion genre, where everything is just mixed and it's okay and it's connected by my voice, my beautiful musicians, and my ideas. So what I was talking about,
I
the
like that. It's very Nedzonian.
Nadzonian, Nadzonian style,
That sounds
like.
Nedzonian sound. You know what I mean?
Nadzonian style, yeah. So about genres, about my ideas. So I have the song. I already have the whole track, and then I start thinking. I'm sleeping, and I'm looking through my head, like looking for the ideas. What can we do here? What if I wear mask, for example, Barcelona? What if I wear mask? What if I'm like Barcelona soul? I don't know. What if another people will be wearing this mask? Because then I'll show you that we are all here. We are connected by this vibe, you know?
That's right.
So I'm looking through those ideas. I'm finding the visuals in my head. Of course, I have influence from something, but it's not like I know immediately what is the influence because it's more I'm playing with my thoughts, with my imagination, which has some, background. I don't know.
No,
I don't
it
know.
does make sense actually. And I'm thinking, also coming from a country with such rich musical heritage. Okay, especially when we're dealing with more stuff that's dealing with classic and folk. You that's in you as well. And the last time we were here together about 4 months ago, you did a song that I am prepping as well a podcast launch for the next month, and we started recording the basis of that. And one of my homegirls who was here had shown up, and I didn't know that she had shown up. And I look over, and she's sitting over there crying while you're singing loud. And I remember because you, at one point in the song, it just breeds an emphasis that you bring into it. At one point, you were doing it live. Now, I do want to play in just a little bit a studio version of this.
Okay.
Can we talk about what, and I don't want to butcher this, but what Verbo Vaia Doshchenchka means and what it's referencing?
It's a willow board. Willow board, the tree.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very actually
Of the willow tree.
yes.
Wow.
It's a traditional game we have in Ukraine. It's a very old traditional game. When girls they are playing this game, and I just have the translation. I'm prepared. So Nastechka, it's the name Nastya, Anastasia maybe Anastasia. So Nastechka, it's the girl. She's the leading here. She has this leading role, and she's trying to guess if her loved one, like her beloved one, he's coming back to her because she's very in love and she's waiting for him, but he's not coming. And she's asking her friends, her girlfriends, like, what should I do? Like when he will come, when he will bring me the red boots. Red boots, it's like a signature of some present when he's coming back, and he gives you the red boots, and that means like you're his woman. But he's not coming back, and that's the moment in that song. That's why I have this beautiful transition between this like easy soft part and then it's the moment when she's becoming a wise woman, when she's realized, for me at least, that's what I think about in this song, that she's becoming a wise woman that understand that maybe he's not coming. And then when she realizes how it works in this life, when she has this matureness to understand that maybe he's not coming and maybe it is what it is. So about the translation in the end, how much water in a bucket, there is so much truth in girls. How many boards in the bucket, so much for boys soar. How much water is in the sieve,
in the sieve, where it goes through. Yeah.
There is so much truth in guys.
So very little left.
No, yes.
I mean,
yes. So it's a very beautiful metaphor, especially in Ukrainian. It's a very beautiful game of words for me and for all of us to say that,
Exactly. And that truth is even more so now. I feel it's compounded. So men, get to the bottom of yourselves, please, which might mean getting to your bottom. Verbovaya doshtenchka.
Yes.
Wow. Let's
nice
do
pronunciation.
It. Thank you, madam. Let's do that, folks. Again, this is Lady Anna Nadzion. You can get all this where good music is streamed around the world. We'll be right back. It's got that feeling because it's actually talking about some of the realities that I really believe that. I mean, certainly it comes up not only in your music, but more and more these days it keeps coming up in reference to relationships between men and women, but men specifically. What are your thoughts about Barcelona and the Ukraine live music arena? Like, how do you see the music scene here versus coming from places like Ukraine?
You mean live music or music?
I guess in general, the
in
both.
general.
Yeah.
Well, for a very long time, we were under the influence of the country which we won't name.
It's like Voldemort.
Yes, we were because like our stage was full of not full, but we had a lot of musicians who were looking to that direction because we were connected in some way. But now, since we're not connecting, yeah, our stage is developing right now. It's how to say when the flower is blooming. Yeah, our stage is blooming right now. So much stuff, so many new artists every day. Alternative, especially alternative scene, so beautiful. And I think now, like maybe since like last 1-2 years, we have a so big development of different styles like rap, hip hop. Oh my god, so many artists are doing. Yes, and finally we can see the roots, like the musical roots of us, like our people. I'm enjoying that a lot. So I think we are on our way to, to show the power. Even though we have so many artists who are already, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna show you Jamala. She's Crimean. She actually released a very beautiful work. She released a whole album of Crimean music, like the real Crimean music. And like Alina Pash or Alona, she's the rapper. She actually came here to like last year and she performed here. So many artists, they're actually going abroad and they're showing our art, and people are enjoying this as like, oh, what's that? They have this feeling. So I'm super proud of that. Barcelona, or like what I know about Barcelona music life, it's so, I would say, different. It's so different. It has freedom. It has like every night you can go wherever. Every time you can like sing different genres. Every night you have so different experience. Even though if you have like the same jam session, because I go usually on Sundays, I go to the same jam session, the Jamaican jam session.
Where is this jam session?
In Jamboree.
In Jamboree.
Jamboree
and we
3.
can actually catch you doing a little bit of your work there?
Yes, actually.
Hello,
this Sunday, I'm going there to participate. I love that jam.
Power to the people.
Actually,
Okay.
musicians who play there, Gato and Hernan, my bassist and my keyboards.
The drummer.
No, the drummer.
The
She's
drummer.
not from
Who
there.
is she? Oh my God.
Maria. Yes.
Can you
She's
please?
amazing.
I couldn't. I
Yeah.
wanted to find her afterward, but she had gone backstage. I
Oh.
was asking you about her.
Did
too.
you?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't find
send
her.
you. I'm
Please.
gonna say, of course.
She's the bomb.com girl.
Yeah.
Guys, look this up. This drummer is the bomb.com. Please,
Yeah.
excuse me.
So no, it's okay. Of course. I mean, so many comments after last night about the drummer, especially. I'm super proud of that. So yes, jam sessions are here, even if you're going to the same jam session, every time is super different, like different positions and so many talented people. I think I just didn't catch the jam session vibe in Ukraine because I started to jam just when I arrived here. I've never done that before. For some reason, I don't know why. I didn't try this in Ukraine when I was there. I would love to come there and try that there because now again it's blooming, it's developing now, especially jam session and everything. So here I received this experience here, only here 1 year ago, and I think it's different. It has kind of same vibe. I would say with musicians, but it's different. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to
And you can catch
explain.
your version, at least here, at Jamboree on certain Sundays.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because the jam session is something, well, obviously the jam sessions come from the United States
I
of
know.
America, just saying.
Of course.
And jazz and R&B sessions in the good old juke joints. But when you get that, I mean, like you said, there's so many different elements, but you put a lot of those elements of genres into your music, as you said. So now that we've created the Nadzionian music style,
That's I like it. Oh my god. Should we create the article on Wikipedia?
I think,
Wikipedia.
well, when we're doing your Wikipedia page, I think this needs to be a Nadzonian,
Nadzonian.
like
Nice.
music critic Lucas Abram has said that her music. I'm
Yeah.
being silly. Okay, now let's talk cliches. Oh my God, see how the time flies already? Cliches.
Yeah.
When we're dealing, any time I have musicians, artists, or actors here, I have to ask, what is a cliche that you have found to be false and one that maybe is a little true as a singer, songwriter, musician?
I don't know if it's like a cliche, but there's this thought that artists think that they should do what the audience want. Like they have to do trends, you know? So there's this thing that if you want to be popular, you have to do what is already popular. So it's I is it a cliche? I would say so. And I I was fighting with this for so long. I'm still fighting with that because different periods in my life, different people, musicians I was working with, or I don't know, some big stars who I was talking to. There was like, no, you can't do what you're doing. It's people won't buy that. It's not a Bible product, right? They won't go to your concert because you're weird. Maybe you have, like, as I said, you have different genres, so it's weird that you don't know what to expect. You have to do what is popular, and then maybe you can do what you want to do. But first of all, first step, that you have to do what is popular. And I don't agree with that. I don't like it, because if I don't enjoy it, why should you enjoy it? Like, how will you enjoy it if I don't? It has to go through my soul. It has to go through my heart. I can experiment, of course. I can do different things. I can. The other day, I did this like pop rock song with my friend Danny Dandy, like last year, and it was not my genre at all. It was like Avril Lavigne style, you know. Mm-hmm. But it was very interesting for me to try. Mm-hmm. Now, like, I won't do this again, but it's interesting for me to do this experiment. So, about the cliche, dear musicians, stop doing that. Do your trends, create your trends. It's much more interesting. Yes, it's a harder way, of course. It takes more years. Yeah. It takes more energy, and it takes. But you don't betray yourself. You know. It's very important for me not to betray myself, and maybe I don't know. In 1 year, I'll be like the same position. Maybe if I have less listeners, but they are listening to my soul, it means much more if I have like 1 billion listeners, and they are listening to, I don't know, like something that I'm trying to sell, like my you know.
Image, body.
Me being not me, you know?
Exactly.
I don't want to be not me, because I'm the one in this world. I'm unique, and I want to show people that, hey, you can do this. And also, I wanted to say that I think there's, I feel this way. There is a mission of mine. I want to inspire people to keep going with their dreams. I want to, because I am such a very big dreamer since I was a kid, and I have this big dream sitting inside my chest, and I'm like, every day I'm like, Anna, you can do this. Anna, you can do this. And of course, I have people who are supporting me, my family, my friends, my beloved ones. And I'm super lucky that I have my people who are like, if, for example, I'm not a very good moment, they're like, Anna, no, it's okay. You can do this. Go. And we are supporting you. They're hugging. And I'm lucky to have them. But also, it takes a lot of energy to keep going. And you can do this. Don't let yourself down, right? So that's my mission, to show people, yes, even if you're an independent artist, even if you don't have a very like successful background to promote you, because I don't have any, you can build it. It's hard. It takes years. I'm 26 now. I see people like successful musicians and artists who are like 20 or something, and they already have this big success. They have, I don't know, Grammys or whatever. But I'm like, yes, but it's their path. Mine is different, and it's beautiful, right? So,
and if you build it, they will come.
Yes,
the field of dreams.
Exactly, exactly. As more you put yourself into it, it's more valuable.
You know, and as you said that, I remember there was a time where you said, you know, people say, make yourself huge, then get out, and then you can do what you want. Adele, on her third record, so 20 whatever at the time, she came out after she'd had the success of and all that stuff.
Rolling in a Dip.
That's the one. And I'm not a big fan
of
her.
Okay.
Yes, the music. And she presented her album, her third record. You know, the third one's the one that make or break. And they said, absolutely not. You're doing your stuff that you want to do. We need you to do our stuff. And they wouldn't let her record it. And she was she is the top selling female artist of all time in Britain. Followed very closely by the Spice Girls in number 3, Sade. Yeah. Sade, girl. But even when you have that impetus of all the success, they will still strike you down. So I highly agree with what you're saying. Just do it. Go there. Because someone is going to connect to that core audience and they're going to connect to your soul. And I want you to know, again, I'm going to restate this. You can connect to her soul as well when she goes to the jam sessions at Jamboree on certain Sundays. And you can catch that tomorrow at what time, please?
At 7. It starts at 7.
Starts at 7. Now, she's not headlining it, but she's making the music happen as well. She's going to be there as well. So you can catch a snippet of that if you were not able to catch the release party yesterday at Marulo, like a few hundreds of us were there. And
yeah, also, can I mention that Jamiket, the guys who are playing there, I played with them, and also the guitarist from there, his name is Dafabi, and we did this collaboration split. It's on the list. Thank you. It's from the Knock Knock EP that I released yesterday, so enjoy. You can listen to it not now, but well, whenever.
Well, we're just about to snip out. And so, yeah, you can listen to it right now after we play one more song from it, actually, and you can use that as your lead into it. Again, you can catch this music and Anna Nadzion's, not just her singles, but also the Knock Knock EP, everywhere where good music is streamed, like in Google, Apple, Spotify, and all that good stuff as well. But before we do, I want to do an outro of a beautiful song that you made. And it is also one of the songs here. Can we tell us what is Baba about before we play out?
Okay, so Baba in Ukrainian, that's how we call grandmothers, but not like your grandmother. Your grandmother, you also can call Baba, but it's all like Mrs., but the old Mrs., you know? Mrs. something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Nadzion.
La
Baba
Signora.
Nadzion.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
Senora. Yeah, Senora. That's how we call them especially in villages. But in this song, I'm singing in English that I'm in love with someone. It's a very sad story.
Oh, boy.
Yes, and after that, I'm starting singing in Ukrainian. Baba ж мені каже, the Baba, the grandmother, the senora, she's saying to me, don't fall in love with him. He's gonna hurt you. Баба ж мені каже, він ся не наважить, будеш мати болю. Ранами по солі, it's like when you have wounds
Yes.
and you put salt on them. So that's what I'm saying. That
Keep
if you will stay with him, you're gonna have salt in your wounds. So it's Baba, but it's like a witch in the village. I'm going to the witch to ask for my future, and she's saying, "No, girl, I'm seeing your future." No, so it's more like.
I didn't
how to
interpret
say that?
I love it.
Yes,
Okay.
that's why this song has that vibe of witchy something, because that's the moment when it happens.
Stevie Nicks-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Folks, I cannot tell you how much I'm so blessed to have Anna Nadzion here. We're blessed to have her here as well, Safe and Sound here in Barcelona. And you can catch all the good jams and the energy that she gives all over the Al Gore's interwebs. Again, you can find that on Spotify, Apple, Google, and YouTube. And by the way, Nadzion is spelled, just so everybody gets this right, Nadzion, literally like Zion at the end, Nadzion. But we saying it correctly, because you talked about this yesterday and how Europeans versus Ukrainians say it the proper way.
Nadzion. Yes.
The zone of Nad, girl. Folks, thank you so much for being here with us and Anna Nadzion's wonderful release of Knock Knock. This is one of our outro song for today, Baba, and we will see you next week. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Voices whisper all the time, you and I, who will die? You slip into my deepest dreams, and it seems like you've been here before. Bitter nails no longer feel pain. I don't blame you. Could you pick up your phone? Баба ж мені кажуть, він ся не наважить, будеш мати болю ранами по солі. Баба ж мені кажуть, серденько зав'яжуть, голову загублю, як тебе полюблю. Йой. You and I, you and I.